Well, hello. I hope y'all are bouncing because I'm really loving that music. As you can see, I have a brand new group of authors that are joining my guests on tonight. It is none other than the authors. I'm going to adjust my camera here just a tad bit. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Book Talks with Sandy. I am Sandy Sanders. I'm your host and creator of the Book Talks and Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy platform. It is our platform that we have authors, anthology book projects. And most of all, I say that it is for you. Why do I say that? Because you just might be looking for a good book to read. Tonight, we are in our part 2 interview showcase with the phenomenal, yes, global speaker, therapist, wellness coach, a survivor of life circumstances. We are talking about, yes, she is a speaker, global speaker, coach. We want you to know all about who this amazing lady is. And yes, my guest, Dr. Tashina Reeder. I'm going to be bringing her on. And then while I do that, we do have the contributing authors that will be joining me on tonight as well. There's a total of 9 women that are a part of this amazing anthology project called Manifesting Her, Manifest Her. And this is a book. It is a story of healing, self-discovery, and success. So without further ado, I need you all to get ready. Share it out. Share it out. Yes, we're going to have an amazing, amazing conversation. These ladies are in the green room, and I'm just going to slowly just kind of bring them all in, beginning with Dr. Tashina. Yes, Jennifer, Katina, Ladeia, and Abigale. Ladies, welcome to Book Talks with Sandy. How are you all doing? You can take a step off mute.
We're doing great.
Doing well. Hope you are.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Tashina, how are you doing?
I am all right. I'm a little thirsty. I didn't have my water on the side here, but I'm all right.
Oh, listen, let's talk about the water part because yes, I've let my audience in, and I'm sharing the fact that I was diagnosed with diabetes type 2. I'm type 2 diabetic a few years back, and I've been struggling. I've truly been struggling with it. And to the point that I was without my medicine with insulin. I'm on insulin. So you talk about water. Water is one of the things that, yes, a diabetic, an individual that has been diagnosed with diabetes, that is one of the things that you do have to do. Especially, I don't like water. That's the whole point of tapping into this conversation is, so now I just add a little bit of lemon flavor to it. So yeah, got your water. And yeah, I see Ladeia shaking her head. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, huh?
I was diagnosed with diabetes at 22. It was almost type 1 because of the early onset, but I've been type 2 diabetic for almost 2 decades now.
Yeah.
It's important, but I'm also someone who loves water. So it's not hard for me to drink a gallon of water a day because that's mostly all I drink. Yeah, I'm a gallon of water. Like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, like that's all I drink. Water and tea, maybe some lemonade because I like stuff that's homemade. But
yeah,
water, if I don't have my water, I'm angry. Right. So I do understand having to have that water. But it's not just
Yes, indeed. Well, we can have this conversation, but it's all about y'all tonight. Listen, I am super excited. Oh my goodness, Dr. Reeder, we've got a plethora of people in our audience tonight. Let's go ahead and say some hellos. Linda, contributing author. She says, Linda Joyce in the house. Yes, she is indeed, indeed. And we also have Katina here, and then we have Elaine is joining in. Theodore, don't recognize the name, but hello, welcome. And we also have, I look at her as our ambassador all the way from South Carolina, Brenda Moultrie. Hey, Brenda, thank you so much for being in the house with us on tonight. And we've got somebody's niece or nephew, Katina. She says, hey, Auntie, Thanks for your. Oh, is that
Yes, those are my people.
okay? All right, I got.
Elaine and Theodore. Hey, y'all.
I got you. Absolutely. Okay. Well, listen, thank you all for being here. Tonight is our part two conversation about this amazing, amazing book. I do want to share a little bit about our podcast. We are part of the CTR Media Network, and we are heard in over 350 million global, 350 million viewers worldwide, and 100 countries plus globally. So we're very thankful for being a part. And when I say thankful because they could be listening to anybody else, but they're listening to us on tonight, all the way out of the UK. We have individuals out of the Congo, and we've gotten numbers where messages that they're enjoying the book Talks with Sandy. Dr. Rita, we hit the triple digits. Your viewership, we reached, I think, close to 400 or 500 viewers in your interview with part one. Now we need them to tap in because it's time to sell some books.
Yes, tap in, tap in.
Yes, indeed. That is our whole goal. As you know, we say that why do we do this? Because they might just be looking for a good book to read. You have a quote that you say, an empowered soul has no limits. You are one. And just a little bit about who you are. You're a survivor, as you write. I am a survivor, she writes, you all, and a life enthusiast. She's an author, she's a speaker, therapist, a wellness coach. As a survivor of life circumstances, she had suffered in silence for many years, very transparent. She talks about due to the shame from an intimate partner violence, cancer, and HIV contracted while married. Like many of us, she writes, this is who she is. And she says, like many of us, I have had my share of life challenges that have become my strength and God-given purpose. Tonight, we are going to be hearing a lot more. This is coming on the heels of your first book, Manifest Her. So come on and say hello to our audience. And if you want to add a little bit about more, you do have a community, you have a group of women that you mentor, that you coach professionally. You pursued your degree, you're beyond your undergrad. As you've written, you are, let me go ahead, your master's in social work and a doctorate in a couple and family therapy. You are a licensed social worker and hold certifications in prolonged exposure therapy, PE, for individuals who have experienced trauma and trauma recovery, empowerment model, TREM groups for women and young girls. Come on and say hello to us.
Hey, y'all. Hey, how you doing tonight? Hey, viewers. Hello. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you, Sandy, for allowing us to grace your platform yet again to share about this book. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. And you have brought along some ladies with you that are, I believe, the last round of authors. And we're just going to go ahead and introduce these ladies to our audience. Come on, Jennifer, say hello to us and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out and joining us this evening. So, who am I? I am Jen Williams. I could list the 50 million letters after the name. I'm an attorney, a licensed attorney for about 15 years. I work largely in e-commerce, technology, and health and wellness. I also am a professor. I teach at Pierce College in the area of ethics, compliance, legal studies, healthcare technology, and information as well. I also am. I own a yoga business, yoga and wellness called Just Zen Yoga, where I focus once again on yoga and wellness. I am a mother. I am a grandmother. I am a survivor and thriver of lupus. And I'm here to tell the story about how I got to be to this place and how I'm not done yet. So thank you guys. I look forward to talking to you this evening.
I can see, oh my goodness, Jennifer, you take this hat off and then you put this hat on and then you take
That's
that
what
hat
it's
off.
about.
And you do it authentically. I love it. I love it. Welcome to Book Talks with Sandy. I'm looking forward to great conversation of what it means for you to manifest or manifest her. I'm looking forward to what you have to let share tonight. Abigail Harry Patrick, come on and say hello to us.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's a
I'm gonna bring you up.
pleasure to be here. My mic is
Yeah.
on, yes? You can all hear
Oh
me?
yeah. I was just I'm bringing you up closer. That's all.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. It's a, I'm so excited to be here this evening. Even though I had some tech problems, but I am here and I'm grateful to be here. Who is Abigail Harry Patrick? Well, that hyphenated name just got that hyphenation last year. So I'm on my last on the year anniversary. I'm newly married. But who am I? I am someone that is driven by passion. And that is the root of all my actions. It has to be deep down and inside for me to like move. And so from doing that, I am also a mother. I have a master's in health administration. So I've worked over 20 years in the field of public health. I've ran my own nonprofit focusing on youths in Trinidad and Tobago, in a different country, actually. Also, I help nonprofits establish themselves, and I work with individual entrepreneurs, working with them and helping them build and see their vision through. And so I'm just excited on this new endeavor and to be working with these other co-authors, these amazing women, and Dr. Tashina Reeder. So thank you for having me here tonight.
How'd you meet Dr. Reeder?
How did I meet Dr. Reeder?
Yeah, that was my country accent. Okay, I'll let y'all know.
Oh, we actually worked together at an institution and we became friends just through some common interests. Yes. And so through the work that she's done inspired me to manifest all the things that I'm doing now. So
oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Ladeia, come on and say hello to us. I hope I'm saying your name properly. Forgive me. But come on and say hello to us. Let us know a little bit about you.
Well, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may be viewing this. My name is Ladeia Joyce. I bring you greetings from the beautiful city of Grit and Grind. That's the city of Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a Memphis girl through and through. By day, I like to say that I'm a marketing and promotion specialist with over 15 years working in marketing and promotions. And by midday, I am an HIV positive influencer, speaker, advocate, author, facilitator, and all things at the intersection of Black women, HIV advocacy, and health, HIV awareness and education. And so I am happy to share space with you all this evening. I can't wait to have this enriching conversation. And thank you for having us and sharing space with us this evening.
Absolutely. I feel honored to be in y'all space as well. Thank you so much. Katina, I'm not going to mess up your name. I know people probably say that all the time. Neshawna.
Neshawna, you nailed it. You got it.
Come on.
You're doing good.
Yes. Come on. Say hello to us. Let us know a little bit about who you are.
Hi, everybody. I'm just very excited to be here. I know you didn't ask me this, but I know Dr. Reeder. She's not only my sorority sister, she's my line sister. So we go way back. She kept me in line in college, and I feel that she's still doing it now. But a little bit about me. I'm a believer. I'm a survivor. I'm a mother of 3 grown adult children, and they're gone. Thank goodness for that. I'm very proud of them. I have my own business. I run Have Everything Special Care LLC, where I'm a trainer and childcare provider, trainer for people and families and children with special needs. It's a lot to say in one little sentence. Like I said, I'm just happy to be here. I've always wanted to write. And like I said, I can never, ever in my whole life say no to Sheena. So here I am. Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed, indeed. As she says, she could never say no to you. We're excited. I know y'all are excited. Something that's about who's the first time author? So everyone has written
First time.
First time.
Yes.
So that's where all of that excitement is coming from.
I'm like, yes, like a child on Christmas Eve.
So Katina and Abigail too. So
And
both
me
of you,
too.
Yes, yes, yep.
who
First
said to
timer.
me too? Okay,
Jennifer.
Dr. Rita. She is one, she draws in women. I learned in our last conversation is that she's wanting you to grow. She's wanting, and as the book came to completion and ready, we're about ready for it to be released. Y'all gonna be signing books and all of that. This is phenomenal. You're finding yourself in this author space. So congratulations. Great job, Dr. Reader. Come on and tell us a little bit. Let's talk about Manifest Her, the conception of it. It comes on the heel of your solo project, and you've decided to open it up to other women. So come on and bring us in to Manifest Her.
Sure. I'm always asked that question often. What does that exactly mean? What does it mean to manifest her? And in the beginning, when I first came with the name, when I wrote my first piece, it was really grounded in my own healing journey. So manifesting her is really a movement of healing, a movement of self-discovery, and success, which is what the subtitle is of this book. I believe that not just women, but just people in general, life happens. We're all lifing. And oftentimes when we've experienced some difficult life situations, we find ourselves in different emotional spaces where we may feel like we've fallen and we can't get up, right? Like it was a commercial back in the 90s, the medical alert commercials, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. And I believe sometimes when we've fallen, we lose our sense of self depending on what has happened to us. As women, we're caretakers, we're nurturers, we wear many different hats, as one of the authors, Jennifer, mentioned. And then sometimes we can lose ourselves in that space and forget who we are. And then when life happens, oftentimes we even lose a sense of what does that even mean to be me? And so manifesting her is really about becoming, as Michelle Obama said, we're becoming, we're evolving, we're growing, we're becoming that woman, that person within us that we desire to be. What does she look like? Who knows? However, within each of one of us, we have a sense of who we want to be. And so it's about growing into that individual. I believe in life, it lends us maturing experiences that help us to grow, to gain insight, right? To evolve. And so manifesting her is just that. It's all of these life lessons and taking the gems from the things that we've experienced and begin to take those and begin to heal, to create that person we desire to be through self-discovery, by increasing our level of self-awareness and really just doing the hard work. I say the hard work because oftentimes that's where the pain resides, the memories of things that may have happened reside. And so when we really deal with the heart and what we've gone through, we begin to birth the new version of ourselves, right? We're all evolving. We're all manifesting her. And so that's where it began. And so when I decided to do the second book, it really was just I was really approached with the idea. And I'm like, oh, that would be awesome to speak to other women about doing an anthology. Because I believe we all have a story. Transparency is healing. And so when I put out the call, honestly, I didn't know who would say yes. I just believe that, whoever was meant to be in this project will be in this project. And here we are with 9 amazing women in the book. And, I got the author's copy today. So I'm like super stoked about this project. And so I'm really humbled that the women that you see before you and last week said yes to the call to share their story. I believe that, our words have power. And so when they begin to share and people begin to read, it's not only a book, it's actually a workbook, so to speak. The authors left you with a call to action, right? To help you really apply that to your life. If the shoe fits, wear it, as they say, right? So if you read some of these steps, and you say, no, let me try that. Wow, this resonates with me, right? So it's not just reading, but I want people to walk away with something to do and how to apply it.
Goodness, I'm loving it. I love, thank you for bringing us into where we are now. You have had these phenomenal women. One of the things I recognize that each of you are professional women. You're women in leadership. You also are women that serve your community. And that speaks volumes right there, because you're letting us know, no matter, I believe it was Jennifer said, that you can talk about all the letters behind your last name. You can talk about all the achievements that you made, but there are some things and struggles in life, and even yourself, starting with you. You're very candid about the your experiences and your life challenges. And so that's why this book is going to be a #1 bestseller and phenomenal. And yes, we speak it now in Jesus' name for sure. So I am so excited. We're going to welcome our guests. Those of you that are tuning in, again, you're on our Facebook page. You're also following us on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And we're going to hear from one of our sponsors. And then when I come back, we're going to hear from the phenomenal Jennifer Williams, who is going to share just a snippet of her contribution to the book. But I also want you all to know something's going to be happening on the 23rd. Let's go ahead and talk about that before, as I get our sponsorship information. Dr. Rita, you want to come on and let us know what's going to be happening on the 23rd?
Oh, absolutely. It's our book signing, our in-person book signing. I am super excited about that. It's going to be this Saturday at the Embassy Suite Hotel down in Philadelphia near the airport. There's parking on site. It starts at 11 to 3. This is not going to be your typical book signing. We're going to have a 360 booth. We got a DJ. We got a spoken word artist. We have a violinist that's going to play a piece. And then our authors are going to teach. They're going to speak from the stage, share a part of their chapter, but teach the steps that they wrote, so that the listeners, the attendees, can feel like, oh my gosh, they can walk away with some notes on a notepad to apply it and feel like they've learned something while there. And there's a lot of networking. There's going to be vending. There's going to be light refreshments. It's going to be a great time. And so I am looking forward to Saturday and all of the guests of our authors who will be in attendance to support the authors in this journey, because it's an accomplishment. It's something that they all have done and say, I did that. Yeah. Like, I did that, right? Yeah. And so it's going to be an amazing day on Saturday. So I am looking forward to it. So if you want to attend, tickets are available at www.manifestingher.me. Right? www.manifestingher.me. Get your tickets, bring your sister friend, bring your mama. You can even bring your hubby. You can bring your brother. They got friends. Everybody's welcome, right? Just come. Tickets are still on sale.
I love it. I'm showing your reel here. We're going to see.
Is you ready? Oh. Are you ready? Ready? Yeah. Is you ready? Whole squad ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Oh. Is you ready? Ready? You say you ready? Oh. Whole squad ready? Ready? Is you ready? Oh. Are you ready? Ready? Is you ready?
Yes, we're ready. And we're going to play that a little bit more. We're going to play it a little bit later. I'm telling you, but it is phenomenal. I'm loving all of the marketing. And yes, this book signing is going to be phenomenal. Manifesting Her, the anthology book signing experience. So I am talking to all of those that are in the Maryland, Virginia, DC area. That's what y'all be calling them. Oh, listen, all I know is DC, okay? But if you're in that area, it's the Baltimore Airport Hilton. Do I have that right? No, Embassy Suites.
I mean, the
Hilton.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, this is in Philadelphia. Excuse me. Okay. Yes. So listen, it is time for you. You can get your tickets. You're in the Philadelphia area. And yes, even if you are, I want to clean this up. If you're in DC, you're in Maryland, and you want to take that trip on up and support these phenomenal women, head on up to Philadelphia, because that is that will be north of DC and Virginia, Maryland, and all of that. So we want you to be able to come on out and support these women and have just a great time here and grab all the nuggets. And most of all, go ahead and purchase your book while you're there. So at this time, we want to hear from, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen here. and we're going to bring our authors back. And let's hear from our sponsor. Well, we're going to hear from CTR Media Network, and then we'll come back and we will be hearing from contributing author Jennifer Williams.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com. CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasts.
So yes, if you are an author or if you have an event that you would like to showcase either your event or showcase your book, your anthology book project, just as you see these amazing authors that are on tonight, just simply go to ctrmedianetwork.com and go to Coffee Conversations with Sandy. Click on the link and where it says request to be a guest. And we will receive your information and we'll reach out to you. We'd love for you to showcase your book on our platform. Now, at this time, you are, and again, welcome to our audience, those that are in. If you have any Q&As, we definitely will be getting to that part. So kind of think of some questions that you might want to ask our guest and our panelists on tonight. So we will be hearing from Jennifer Williams, who, out of everything what I heard her say, so you do yoga? Are you a yoga instructor?
Is that the clings to that? Yes, I am a certified yoga instructor, certified in power yoga.
See, that, you said a whole lot, but it was kind of like there are certain things, I guess that's how our brains are wired. I heard it all, but I remembered that one, it's kind of like, can you tell me one thing? Yeah, I can say Jennifer is a certified yoga instructor. So at this time, I am presenting to you, not only is she an instructor, but she's an attorney at law. So come on, contributing author, Jennifer Williams, share with us, what can we be looking for when we hear or read your chapter?
Okay, so I would say the most important thing to take away from my chapter is that the realization that no matter how much pain or challenges or naysayers, whatever it is that you're going through that you may feel is a failure in your life, that you have somehow not achieved or you have let people down. What I hope you'll get out the chapter is that there is no such thing as failure. And that failure, in essence, what we view as failure is really life pushing us into our purpose, pushing us into the direction of where we need to be. Obviously, with the many things that I've done in life or continue to do at the time of my journey, and I'm not going to give too much away, but I think the thing that connects all of these stories is that we've all kind of been thrust into this purpose for our life. And so I was thrust into a purpose for my life after having kind of done a million things and and getting sick. And people saying, stop your life. This is time to end. You need to slow down. You need to not do anything. You need to just sit and basically collect disability and focus on whatever they thought I was going to focus on. And so I had lost kind of the trust of the people around me and the ability that I could be as great as I thought and knew I could be. And so my chapter it's saying, and I'm still doing things now, but what I learned is discernment. I learned the importance of discernment, and it's not about doing a million things. It is about doing the right things. And so really that's what my chapter is about. Instead of doing a million things that were driving me to the point of sickness and illness, I decided to focus on health and wellness overall, not just on I'm going to do yoga. I love yoga. It's passionate, but it's all a part of kind of the package that is Jennifer and the Jennivers, as I like to say. It's all about health and wellness, because at the end of the day, there's no way to really function in this life on on edge, barely surviving. You have to take care of your health care mentally, physically, and really, that is the goal. But you don't have to stop life. Failure doesn't mean you stop. It's just pushing you into another direction.
I have a question. So, and there may be someone in our audience, when you talked about, a lot of people thought maybe that you would just park it, like you said,
Yep.
collect the disability and stay there. But there was something in you. I want to go there. When you're in that space by yourself, what was one thing that you told yourself that you had an option?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of women or men, individuals that experience some health issues or whatever it may be, that they feel that they don't have options. So take us into maybe one of those moments that was a turning point for you.
Well, it was a true realization. So I had gone through like 3 months in the hospital, and, really my team, and I will shout them out real quick. I had a wonderful attorney friend, Tanya Bridges, my CPA friend, Kia Macklin, and, and oddly enough, my ex-husband and boyfriend at the time, everybody kind of came together to take care of me. So by the time I was out of the hospital, my life was literally designed for me. They sold my cars, they sold my apartments. They knew I was overwhelmed. And so
Wow.
they said, okay, you're going to get disability. You don't have to go back to work. And I said, okay, well, how am I going to do that? Because work is life. Work isn't about money for me. It had never been. It was the passion. And so I really sat back and said, at the age of 44, are you going to sit home and collect disability to the day you die? None of that sound like any part of my life. So, but I knew, like I said, I wasn't allowed to drive. There was no, nothing I could do. And I had a very limited budget on disability. Also, I didn't like. And so I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start slow. I'm going to start with what I know I can do, what I love to do, and what won't burn me out. And I started back at teaching. I went back to teaching years, and my students really filled me. They were the motivation to say, hey, you still have a lot of information in your head that the world needs with regard to being ethical, being caring about humanity. And so that was really what led me to kind of slowly walk into it. I took up a few classes at Pierce College, and then eventually went back to consulting with a major pharma for about 3 years. And then COVID happened. And COVID sent me home for until today. I haven't been back in an office. So life began to shape for me once I began to say yes to the opportunities that I knew were for me. When I said, no, I don't want to be in an office. I need to be home. So I'm home and teaching. And so I slowly just began to build my life up, but it was better. It wasn't working for somebody else. It was shaping it in a way that this is my purpose. It is to educate people on health care, to make sure the laws and regulations are aligned to deal with the disproportionate impacts of healthcare. And so that's what got me out the bed. And that's what made me say, no, I'm still going to do this. You guys can watch. You can make sure I eat. You can make sure I take my medication. But what you cannot do is stop my passion. And so Tashina reached out. The world is open. She said, hey, write a book. I said, Tashina, what am I writing about? And we were just talking about life. Let's say, and I probably had, like I said, 5 stories in there, but this is the one I took. And it says, their only way to it is through it. The best way through any type of pain, even when people are telling you, is to just keep pushing through, because it'll just keep coming back. There was no way I could sit in that house and be happy. I knew I had to get outside. I forced myself outside every day. I would go and sit in Starbucks and just get on a computer just to be out and amongst people before I could say, I'm going to go back into the school. So I know it was long-winded, but that was kind of what got me out and back out here.
And so it's so fitting. We're talking about the book, Manifesting Her. And then we're looking at that it's about healing, self-discovery, and success. I'm hearing all 3 elements. Definitely uh, it's like a match for sure coming together. I don't know if you all could hear that in all what she was saying. So um, we're looking forward to hearing what you have pinned on paper. Now we're going over to Abigale. Abigale, yes, is a now first time author and getting ready to become a number one bestseller for sure. So come on and talk to us.
Hello again, everyone. So yes, I am here, and so again, yes, Dr. Reader approached me about writing a book, and I'm like, me, what? What I have to write about? But in reality, realized that through life, well, my chapter is named "Finding My Voice," and the reason for that is because I realized that I took myself out of a place of familiarity to actually find my voice. And so I left the country. And sometimes, we are put in situations where we have to be in a place that is just new and unfamiliar just to figure out things. And there was just always this fire burning inside of me of wanting to do more and wanting to do better, and I just couldn't figure it out. And one day I just decided I'm just going to be somewhere where I'm just not familiar with, and I decided to go to my family's home country of Trinidad and Tobago, and I made a new life there. I didn't become a new person, but I became the person that I was, just being around in a place where I didn't get too much support. No one knew me, but I knew everything inside of me was guided by my passion and my faith in God, right? It's just everything was there. And all the things that I visualized for myself, all the things that I thought about myself, I spoke it and I put action to it. And so in doing so, I saw so much success in just the 10 years that I was away from the US. And so my chapter focuses on being vulnerable, number one, to be in a place where you're feeling uncomfortable because there's something more for you. You have to then sit in that space and really think about, what is that? Who am I? What am I here to do? Right. And once you get that burning and start asking those questions, and you realize that you have to be not only vulnerable with yourself, but with others, so that you can have the courage to actually start doing the thing that you want to do. And so my chapter is really about that, just being in a new place, meeting new people, and doing things that are strange and different. And so even after that whole experience of living in a different country, even now with this book and becoming a co-author, really, again, it's the process of being vulnerable, sharing all the things that I may not have spoke about to close friends and family, them understanding me a little bit more to why I'm here now. And then again, being in a place of discomfort, like being on this podcast, this show, right? I've never done this before in this level. And so therefore I'm putting myself out there to go in a different place that I want to be, right? So it does take some vulnerability and discomfort to actually feel the path that you want to take. And so I'm so excited to be in the contributor, and I look forward to all the blessings that are coming for me, as well as the other women that are part of this project.
Thank you so much for sharing. You said quite a bit that I just wrote notes, and I think it probably resonates with a lot of us when we're coming out. And Dr. Rita, I want you to chime in here, because they say that in the graveyard that there are dreams that are still there. People never live their dreams. There are women that have sat and been mothers, they've been wives, they have been career and leaders, but there was still a side of passion in them that they did not get to do. Or they're maybe in that space now in our audience. What would you say to her after hearing two of your contributing authors talk this evening?
My heart was smiling listening to the both of them and knowing them. And I said, I was putting myself in both of their shoes, like, wow, you never know how strong you are until you have to go through, right? To leave a country to go to another country takes some strength, some inner courage to fall sick and to possibly face having to either just stay home and collect disability or just pushing through to still have a life that takes a level of strength and courage, right? And so I believe that oftentimes when we're in these spaces, we're being stretched. And I always believe there's the blessing in the stretching. And so when you talk about the graveyard being rich, and there's a lot of gifts there, and they remain there for various reasons, right? We don't know why those gifts weren't birthed or brought to fruition, but what I do know is that we all have it within us to do, right? It's just a matter of tapping into our own power. We all have the power. We all have what it takes. I think it's just a level of believing that you can do it. And
Yeah.
it varies for each of us. We all have different life experiences that has cultivated, I call them deep roots, and they become messages that we play in our minds. I call them the mental gymnastics or the mental jailhouse rock. And sometimes we get caught up in these thoughts and we may find ourselves in different places in our lives. Doesn't mean that you can't accomplish it. It just take some time to discover who you are in that space
Mm-hmm.
you need to do to take it to the next level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think for each of us is our own process. I think we're right where we need to be. Even when we're not birthing things, we're right where we need to be at that moment. All right, this too shall pass. I believe that,
Yeah. I like what Ms. Williams had said earlier when she said she took one step at a time. She started with the teaching, and that's an excellent way to. I always tell it to myself. I don't want to set myself up for failure. So when I make a plan, I don't want to make a whole year plan. I want to do it in bite size. Just do the be in a way that it's achievable. If that makes any sense. Yeah. You all are amazing. I'm loving it. I can't wait for this book to come out. What book are we talking about? The book is called Manifesting Her. And these are stories of women that will be sharing. You will be hearing about healing. You will hear about self discovery and, yes, success. On this coming week, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yes, they will be having their phenomenal book signing experience. So those of you that are tuning in tonight and you're in the Philadelphia area or you want to just take a trip and it's an overnight girls trip or husband, wife, or friends and family, they're telling you, come on. Yes, yes, yes. They're inviting you to just come on. So you just simply want to go to www.manifestingher.me. Again, the book signing, the experience, there's going to be the 360 the ladies have shared. And they're going to be talking some more about that. Jennifer, yes, she says, come on, y'all. I got it. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes. And Linda, your co-author, Linda Abigale, she said that took some strength as what you were sharing there just a moment ago. So yes, the book signing. And also before we're going to get ready to bring on another author to share, but your bestseller campaign will be happening this coming Thursday. Do you want to share some information about that, what we can expect and what can we do to get you there?
Yes, we're going to kick it off on Thursday, all day Thursday, ending at midnight. It will be an ebook, is a Kindle ebook, and it'll be on sale for $1.99. So on Thursday only, Thursday for $1.99, get your ebook. Manifesting Her will be live and ready to rock and roll on Thursday. So we really need your help to help us to become best-selling authors. But that will only happen if you buy the book on Thursday. Thursday only. Find it on Amazon. Buy that book. Share it. It's $1.99 on Thursday only.
Yes, so you all look for the link. I'm putting up the banner here. We want to give homage to your publisher. We want to say hello. You want to give some kudos out there for your publisher?
Well, our publisher was Dorothy Wilson. I know you're familiar
Yes.
with Dorothy. She was a publisher on this project, and she worked with me. Excuse me, beginning this year, actually, beginning the top of the year, we began to talk about this work, and so I'm thankful just for her tutelage, because I've never been a part of well, I've never done an anthology. I've been a part of them, but never actually been kind of the visionary.
Visionary.
Right. And so she definitely taught me a thing or two behind the scenes of what to do, what not to do. And of course, you learn along the way through just the experience of it all. And so I'm thankful to her and her team for helping me to pull this idea together into birthing this dream.
Absolutely. Absolutely. At this time, we will be hearing from another contributing author, Ladeia Joyce, and she will be sharing with us just what her contributions to manifesting her. What can we expect and be looking for out of your chapter?
Well, the name of my chapter is Unmasking Shame, Embracing Authenticity. And I found it to be very necessary to talk about this in part of my storytelling and story sharing, being a co-author for this book, because so often we go through transformative, transitional, or traumatic experiences that causes shame. And a lot of times, and oftentimes, that shame keeps us from becoming our fully authentic self and living fully in our authenticity. And having been someone whose experiences after being diagnosed with HIV, I had to get back to the core of myself. And trying to get back to the essence of who I am, I found myself to be a different person in different space, in different place. And I had to move with the knowledge, no matter what was being told to me outside, and also what I was internalizing, that, you know, the verse that says there's now no condemnation. And I rest heavy on that, because if God said there's now no condemnation, anything that's akin to that is not of God. It's not productive to our forward movement. It's not productive to the things that we know we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to fulfill. And it's not conducive to us being our most genuine, most authentic self. So I went through, when I gave the readers just a little bit of glance, you know, like Jennifer said, I'm not going to tell everything, but I gave them just a peek into how I found out about my diagnosis, what I went through mentally, having that conversation, and then just talked about my journey from being a woman who, as I like to say, felt that my diagnosis was just bittersweet, to someone who right now is just sweet. And kind of talking about, you know, what I did to unmask that journey or unmask that shame, what I did to embrace my authenticity, what I really did to like dig my heels deep into my mantra, which I say, my mantra is die empty. You know, I'm at the point in life, and especially after going through a diagnosis like that, that was not only transformative, it was also traumatic. And so I dug into my heels into die empty, and I lived that to the fullest, because at this point in life, I'm like, you know, Celie, who was sitting outside the door of Shug Avery, and she said, I just want to see her throw the food and see what color the wall gonna turn. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing everything that's within me after uncovering the shame, after embracing my most authentic self and digging into my mantra of die empty. I'm throwing everything at the wall to see what color it's gonna turn. And I really don't care who has anything to say, as long as me and God understand, we good. And I don't want to be like those people that we talked about earlier, who goes to the grave with those notebooks, with those dreams, with those voice notes, with those, you know, those things that we've written in our hearts and in our tablets, but not doing the work to actualize them. We didn't say we want to see them, you know, actually come to fruition. Did you do it? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times in the effort of doing a thing, we realize that that's not something we want to do. But God gave me, it was a reason why I got the unction to do that in the first place. You know, I took a left to make a right, to come back and turn left, but I had to do that to get to my most authentic self. So I talk about that. I'm living that. As I say, I'm living for the dash, you know, the dash between the sunrise and the sunset. And I don't want to leave this realm with any gifts untapped. And it took, unfortunately, me facing and unpacking a diagnosis and everything. Like, people who've been diagnosed with HIV understand that HIV has a very peculiar way of bringing up all your stuff. Like, it bring up stuff you be like, wait a minute, that's from like 27 years ago. That was from when I was 5. It brings up everything, and you have to sit face to face in a mirror, you know, face to face and with a mirror, to confront those things, to get over and push through. Not get over, because we don't really get through anything. We move forward and we push through it, to push through to get to the other side of that thing. So I just talk about that, you know, again, going from shame to embracing my authenticity, to getting to a point I was like, you know, to hell with all this, me and God good. we understand. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna keep throwing stuff at the wall and see what color's gonna turn. I don't really care what anybody got to say. As long as me and God understand, we good.
She better go ahead. And if we were in, as they say, the poet time, we would be doing like this and dropping the mic. Yes, I love it. I love it. And she said, throw. What is it? Throw it.
You know, in the color purple, Celie is outside the door, and she was feeding Suge Avery, and she said, "I would just sit there and see what color the wall gonna turn." And that's something that I took with me.
Oh my God! Yes.
And seeing that movie, and I was like a child, but that's my favorite scene because it spoke to me like on a spiritual level. Like, what are you doing? Like, get out the habit of not doing anything. Baby, sometimes you got to be like Suge and you got to throw something at the wall to see what's going to stick. And sometimes you got to be like Celie and you got to sit there and see what color's going to turn. And if you like the color, roll with it. If you don't, throw something else.
Throw something else. Love it. That's all about, yes, who she is, who this manifesting her, who this woman is. I get it, Dr. Rita. I get it. I get it. I'm getting it. This is good.
If you
this
don't
is something. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, because if you don't throw anything, how do you know what you're manifesting? Manifestation is not pretty. Manifestation very much is trial and error. Manifestation is doing a thing, but it's just like if you're not doing anything in the natural, God can't add nothing super to it to make it come to fruition. I'm gonna stop because I'm, I was a minister in my old days, but no.
That's all right. Yes. We listen. As they say, the mic is yours, the stage is yours, the lights and camera is all on. We want it. And oh my goodness, that is amazing. And I'm loving that. That is any of you other ladies. And yes, we've got Katina coming up next. Someone want to chime in on what your author is saying?
Look, I was back here about to throw my shoe. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna start throwing stuff at the wall. Yes. I like that. I like that metaphor. You gonna have me watch Color Purple? Just to see that.
Elaine said, "Come on, preacher."
I just want to chime in and say I love just the taking up space. Like, I think that's the biggest thing about this whole journey is all of us have been given kind of an authority to take up space and not care about what other people think. So let's get it. It don't even matter. Just wherever your space is, go in there and take it up, sis. Take it all the way up.
Oh my goodness, Philadelphia is not going to be the same after.
You can't be up here talking about you serve a big, big God and you want to manifest, and we're working with the creativity that Jesus had, and he said greater works you're going to do, and we got Genesis 1:26 mandates, and you ain't taking no space.
No. Help us, sister.
What you doing? What you doing? Just get out there and do something.
You playing games, you playing yourself short, you're not doing it, you're not walking, like I said, in your authenticity, because too long have Black women sat on the back. You serve a big, big, big God. Why are you not taking up space? And your manifestation is going to take up space. And if people get uncomfortable, let them get uncomfortable. That's on them, not on you.
And that fire that you feel is that spirit talking to you and telling you to move. It's telling you to move.
Period.
Yeah.
How you feel about me is none of my business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's only place I made myself happy today. Yeah, happy is extra. So we could go on and on.
We can. You wait so long for the spirit of God to tell us what to do. We know what to do. Just move.
We know what to do.
Stop asking. Throw something at the wall. Throw something. Anything.
Well, that's why he shake us up sometimes. He got to drop us a little bit and say, hold up, you thought this was a guarantee. Ain't no guarantees in life. That next breath is not guaranteed. That next moment you think you're going to have, that next tomorrow, do it now. Don't got to rush out. Do the first thing and the next thing and just keep doing all the things. That's what I'm trying to do, all of the things for the people. That's at the end of the day.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Well, listen, you all, we are going to now hear from, last but not least, the phenomenal. Yes, I'm hearing it. Yay, perfect. Let's see. What did this person say? I'm trying to grab what they're saying. Wonderful job, ladies, and big congratulations to our mama Katina. Yes, indeed. Come on. She's got some fans in the
I
audience.
do.
Yes, your mama is coming up now. Yes, she is. Come on. And we are now hearing from the contributing author, Katina Neshawna.
Thank y'all for having me again. The title of my chapter
Yes.
is called What You May Be Surprised to Know. There's a lot there. I won't give away too much, but the main thing that I wanted people to take away was how to flip the script on your life. Because we're thrown so many things from so many different directions and they hit us hard. And it hit me hard. And a lot of times I would just sit and say, God, what is this for? And he wouldn't answer me, or at least I didn't think he did. And I said, what is this for? I always thought it was all about me. And I'm pretty sure the people who know me the closest, who can hear me and see me right now, they can pretty much probably are nodding their heads like, yes, you do think that a lot. But it isn't. And it wasn't about me at all. When I was doing therapy, it was very fulfilling for me, very, very rewarding. But I felt like a hypocrite. Here's a moment of transparency. I felt like a hypocrite because I held all of my stuff in while I was encouraging people to let their stuff go. That served me no well purpose, no good purpose. It made me actually sick. And so in my chapter, I talked about how I literally flipped the script on the things that happened to me in my life. I'm a cancer survivor. I've survived divorce. I've survived identity theft. I've survived a lot of things. And my grandmother, Mrs. Daisy Mildred Bolden Paisley, used to say, well, sugar, keep living. And when we were young, we'd say, oh, Nanny, what does that mean? You know, we're going to be living. But now that I'm grown, I understand keep living means simply that. Keep living. There's many definitions for it. My favorite one is to keep living just to see what God has for you. Don't give up. There is nothing in us that God gave us that has us to give up. We're built to persevere. We're built to fight. Um, I didn't know that until I had to fight. And that's what I wanted to share the most is that the fight really isn't for you. It's hard. We understand. We get it. And, you know, sometimes we want to give up. A lot of times we want to just kind of give that off to someone else or push it down or stuff it down and not, you know, really acknowledge what's going on. Romans 12:2 states, do not conform to the ways of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. What does that really mean? You have to change your mindset. Rather than woe is me or why am I going through this, it's how do I get through this so I can help somebody else? Because I wish there had been an anthology of a book that I could have read when I was going through all of my stuff of powerful women who have overcome, who have overcame things. But I didn't have that. I probably could have searched it out, but in such a low place, you're really not really thinking that clearly. But then when you think about how God has brought you from one situation to another and you're okay and you're surviving, you look back like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But then here comes something else, and then something else, and then something else. What we need to do is focus on how he brought us out before. If he did it before, he'll do it again. And my takeaway from all of that is I've always been, as a little child, I've loved The Wiz and The Wizard of Oz. And my favorite song is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Please don't ask me to sing that. But Over the Rainbow, to me, it just makes me feel like there's something else. There's something different. Right here might be okay, and that's fine. But what about what's over there? Maybe there's something over there for me. Maybe there's something over there that I can pick up and give to someone else. So my closing, I guess, is that don't let trauma and troubles overtake you. Be empowered by them. A lot of times I was ashamed and embarrassed of the things that I had been through or going through, and I didn't share them. But when I started to share, I began to be released from the bond of trauma. I began to be released from the bond of embarrassment. I was just free. I'll end with this. My favorite quote written by myself is, you are only as free as you allow yourself to be. Thank you.
You're only as free as you allow yourself to be.
Yes.
That is good. That is so good. And I also like what you said. Don't let trauma and trouble overtake you. You all have just given all of these amazing nuggets for women that they may be listening now or they may be listening to the replay. You've given us walk takeaways and things that we can jot down. So the
Yes.
book that is about to be released also has some takeaways to our audience. So this is my message to our audience. We want you to definitely get this book. At this time, Dr. Rita, if you will, come on and let's share again what's about to happen on the 23rd. And then, but not that, also, we want you to be looking out for what's going to be happening on Thursday.
Thursday. So before I get into that, it just dropped in my spirit. I thought about my soror Ladeia. I'm like, tour. We need to take this on tour. I think when I hear my sisters speak with so
Yes.
much power and conviction, this is not just, it's not really not about the book, but it's the message that
That's
we
right.
all have to share. And so, if there's viewers out there, and I'm like, I would love for you to visit my church or come visit this community or come and invite us to maybe speak and maybe have some workshops. I know we're all open to that. If you don't mind, Sandy, I can leave my email address that, if someone's interested in us coming to, to share or do workshops or to kind of speak about this book as, touring around. Um,
Yes.
I think, our messages are impactful and it shouldn't just be limited to this platform, but we can take this global. And so we can just start right here. And so I'm going to put my
Right.
email in this chat so you can share it.
I do have it. Yes, I have it over there, and we're going to put it on the comment section.
Right.
And each of the ladies, yes, they also, and you all will have another round table. But I'm loving this idea. So I'm going to be first to raise my hand. We want to look at 2024 to I've been wanting to do something similar. So yeah, 2024, Gulfport, Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi. Y'all get ready. Come on to the coast. Let's talk about it.
Come on.
We're on the water, and this is where Dorothy is too. So, so yes. We know all of you all 9 may not be able to come, but we need something like this. We're right smack in the middle. We're 45 minutes from Mobile, Alabama. We're only 60 minutes from New Orleans. So we'll definitely, I want to be the first one that you and I will sit and talk and bring something like this to our ladies in our community, our business women. There's women that are in business. There's women that are not in business. There's the Christian women community that need to know they're not walking alone. They've been holding and walking in silence, wondering, why do I feel the way that I do? But, may not just, so have the tools. And so, yeah. We're going to put this in here.
Absolutely. That's just, I had to say it. So, you have not because you ask not. I'm going to put it out. I'm doing what Ladeia said. I'm going to throw it at the wall and see what color going to turn.
Hey, look what happened. Look what happened. Oh my.
I'm big on that. You be like, dude, what you doing, baby? Do we throwing? Get down right. That's what we doing. That's what we're doing.
Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. So yes, go right ahead.
Just back to the original question was about the book signing happening this weekend at the Embassy Suite Hotel near the airport of Philadelphia. It starts at 11, ends at 3. This is not going to be your typical book signing. We're not going to be sitting around signing, but you're going to be entertained. There's a spoken word artist coming. We have a violinist that's going to play a couple of segments for us. Then we have DJ, we have a 360 photo booth. But then what's most important, our authors are going to also be teaching. So they're going to be speaking from the stage from their chapter, and they will be going a little bit more in detail about their takeaways, the call to action of what it is that the folks attending can do to maybe change in the area of their lives that's specific to the author's chapter. So I want people who attend to not just come thinking, oh, this is a book signing, we just come in here. No, it's going to be an experience that you're going to walk away, you're going to learn something that you can say, oh my gosh, this makes sense. Because I believe there's power in proximity. So you don't know who's going to be in the audience. You don't know who you may come in contact with. This could be a person you meet that can take you to the next phase of your journey. Who knows? But you need to come and see. And so, again, the tickets are available at manifestingher.me. Again, you can come. I'm gonna pay the door. You can buy the tickets now online. I tell you, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be an amazing time. Also on Thursday, we're kicking off our Amazon bestseller campaign. So we need everybody watching to purchase the ebook.
Yeah.
The ebook is $1.99 on Thursday only. This will only happen on Thursday. Our campaign, we want to make Amazon bestseller in various categories, but we need everybody's help and push to get us to the best-selling author on Thursday. Thursday. You can buy that book on Amazon. It's the Kindle for $1.99. Tell your friends, tell whomever to buy this book on Thursday. We need a big push so that we can walk away being the Amazon bestseller authors of this book, Manifesting Her, on Thursday. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. You are welcome. You're welcome. And we're going to put that back up there. Let's see. There it is right there. Bestseller campaign, Manifesting Her, $1.99. I probably should add Amazon, but there will be a link, you all. We'll be playing the replays. Interview 1, interview 2. We'll definitely be playing those simultaneously around the clock over the next couple of days. Okay, so we'll be pushing it out as well as getting this out. And so when we get the link, we'll be pushing it out. But as I tell you all, listen, just we're going to be finding out how you can follow these ladies also. So how about if we go ahead and do that? Let's see, we've got a couple of comments in there. Jennifer, go ahead and tell us, how can we follow you?
The best way to follow me is going to be Just Zen Yoga. That's Just Zen Yoga at gmail.com. Just Zen Yoga on IG. JustZenYoga.com. It's all about Zen. It's all about just Zenning. Like I said, none of the other stuff. Just find me there. Check me out. Get a yoga class, or just talk about your health, wellness, and connections.
Got you. There it is right
and
there.
I'm located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in case I didn't mention that. Right in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, great. So y'all forgive me, I'm typing. So next, Abigail, come on and tell us, and then I'm gonna put your information up as well, okay?
Yes. So my business name is Collab Partners, COLLABPRTRNRS. No vowels in the partners. So you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, as well as aharry@collabpartners.com. And yes, I am based in Philadelphia, but I have connections in the Caribbean, my Jamaican and Trinidadian peeps, and all the others in the islands. So please, y'all know how to get in touch with me.
Awesome.
Yes.
Do me a favor, if you will, go over in the private chat and put your email in there or your website, how individuals can also reach out to you. Next, we have Ladeia. And I think I have yours already, but if not, if you'll put that in the private chat as well. Oh yeah, I do have yours. Ladeia, come on and talk to us. Let us know how we can reach you and follow you.
Okay. You can reach me on all social media platforms at Ladeia Joyce. My business name is Ladeia Joyce. So that's LAD as in Donald, EIA, Joyce, JOYCE.com. Ladeia Joyce on all social media platforms. And if you want to reach out, you can email me at Thrive, because that's what we're doing, baby. We're thriving, THRIVE @LaDeiaJoyce.com. I am based in Memphis. However, I am international available. That means I got a passport and I'm visa ready, and I do fly. Okay. So no, reach out. Again, I'm a speaker, facilitator, writer, author, activist. So if you need me, especially at the intersection of Black women and HIV or any type of healthcare disparities, hit me up.
Awesome. There we go. There we go. And yes, Katina, if you can, yes, ma'am. Come on and tell us how we can reach out to you as well.
The name of my business is Have Everything LLC. My website will be up on Friday. It will be haveeverything.com. Capital HAV, capital EVERYTHING. Have Everything, one word. On Instagram, I'm Katina Neshawna. On
Okay.
Facebook, I'm Katina Neshawna. In
Hmm.
real life, I'm Katina Neshawna. And an email as well, katinanashawna@gmail.com. I try to keep it easy for people.
Hmm. That's
You can
good.
reach
That's
me
good. If you
however
will,
and whenever. If you know my name, you can reach me.
awesome. Go ahead and put in the private chat. What I'm doing is on the Facebook side as well as on the YouTube channel side, you will find these ladies' information. I just went ahead and put it in. That way you can just click on it. It will take you to their various contact information. If you would like to know a lot more about our visionary author, it is of Dr. Tashina Reader. I am going to put her website up. This phenomenal information, this phenomenal woman who has the heartbeat of women. God has given her, has wired her. I've been sitting in this space long enough, and it is an honor. I want to say I had the privilege of interviewing her um, before all of this, or we were connected through success. Not quite sure how, but um, I I am thankful that our paths have crossed. That as I read what you have written and just seeing your work, and then I'm really in the space of making room for positive transformation in my own life. 62 years old, three adult children, four grandchildren, a podcaster, and I feel like I'm really just beginning, but I'm in this space and I'm transparent, and we can have these kind of conversations that I'm open about wanting to live healthier. I think this last episode with me going into the hospital and having the because I was out of medicine, and I was dehydrated, and I said I gotta change my mindset. Okay, and that means eating healthy, doing what I can do, and believing God for, even with the insulin, that I can be healed to work toward none of that. So, Dr. Reader, thank you so much. I say it in front of our audience and everyone, these ladies. I am so grateful that God had me on your mind. And I know now that we're that there's more to this. So thank you so much. I just want to say that it is always our custom here on Book Talks with Sandy and Coffee Conversations that when we do have the anthology book projects and solo and authors, I always yield back and allow our visionary authors to have whatever God has placed on their heart, that maybe they've been sitting and then they get a message that they wish to say to you. Um, and so I do want to introduce to you the visionary of this amazing book project that will be releasing. The ebook will be coming out on Thursday. You all, I tell you, put it on a post-it note, slap it on your head, put it on a refrigerator, put it on your phone, whatever you need to do. But come Thursday, we are going to, as they say, blowing up our social media outlets and going on over to Amazon so that we can purchase these ebooks and buy several. $1.99. I encourage you to get several. And the thing is get them, give them at gifts. But the key is you got to open up the email. That is the key. You must open the email. Then after that, we need some reviews. We need those 5-star reviews. Okay. And yes, so at this time, it is my honor. Yes, Dr. Tashina Reader.
Again, thank you, Sandy, for allowing us to grace your platform yet again with our authors of this anthology, Manifesting Her. I want to thank each author. As I sit back and listen to the first interview we had last week and tonight, I'm honored to even be in their presence. I'm honored to know them. I've learned from each of them, and I feel like I get strength from them, hearing their stories of their resilience and how the things they've done and continue to do. It inspires me also. See, I believe this process is also reciprocal, right? It's not just always giving, but you also receive, right? It's a give and take. And so, although we are sharing, we're also receiving and learning and being ministered to from our co-authors. And so I thank each and every one of them for your yes. I thank each and every one of them for being vulnerable to share your story, as it isn't always easy to share on a deep level, in hopes to connect with others that they too will manifest her. So I thank you ladies tonight, and the other co-authors of the book. You guys, I know each and every one of them personally, and they are amazing women. Oh my gosh, I love them all dearly. They have all types of talents and interests and styles, and they're just amazing women. And to the audience, I want to share just a word of encouragement. It's just a simple statement: give yourself grace. I believe oftentimes in this process of life, because life will life, as I say, is always lifing. And we can be hard on ourselves, especially as women, because we wear so many hats and we fall into the trap or the spirit of perfectionism and all types of things that we do. But give yourself grace, give yourself compassion. That same compassion we give to everybody else, give it back to yourself. I too have to remind myself to give myself grace, because we're not perfect. We're perfectly imperfect. But give yourself grace and know that you can always push that reset button to do it again, to try again. Just don't stop.
That's right.
And on that, I'll pass the mic over to you, Sandy. Thank you.
Okay. That's good. I love it. I love it. Well, we have had another amazing author showcase, an author tour of women that have declared yes, manifesting her. And what is that? That is incredible stories about healing, self discovery. And maybe you've discovered something tonight about yourself. Out of hearing each of these ladies, there was something that resonated in you as she was speaking. There was so much gems that were released. I hope that you grabbed a couple. Grab at least one. I always tell myself I don't want to set myself up for failure, but if I can have one, and then I will work on that. And then I've made that room. I've made the adjustment in order for me to have that positive transformation. And now I believe I can now say, I want to be one that can say, I'm manifesting her. And yes, so I'm Sandy Sanders. I'm the host and creator of the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy platform, where we host authors, anthology book projects. And most of all, I say that it is for you. Why? Because you just might be looking for a good book. And this is one. So without further ado, you guys, you know that I love you with all of my heart. Thank you. You could have been anywhere else tonight, but you chose to take some time to hear these amazing women. They are incredible. If you got any put the hand claps, do whatever it is that we need to do to let these women know that we appreciate them. Dr. Reader, thank you so much. Jennifer, so good to have met you. Yes, Abigale, girl, listen, you done gave me the courage to now get out of my comfort zone and go do something new and different. Lydia, listen, you're the bomb, as I said, the bomb.com or whatever. But yeah, now I know I can throw some stuff on the wall and see what's going to happen. And Katina, listen, you're quiet, but you're fiery. And I love it. You're walking in power. And so
Thank you.
we thank you, audience. Thank you all for coming and supporting, and all of the other authors, the contributing authors that are part of this amazing, amazing book. Much success on the 23rd. You'll definitely be in my heart. I'll be cheering you on, but we want you to come on down to Mississippi, okay? All right. And listen, you all, we're going to make it happen for sure. Thank you all so much. Linda, I do see you, lady. You are phenomenal. She said, good night, Sandy. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes. Yes. Y'all are going to rock. I can't wait to see all of the pictures for sure. Congratulations and salute to all of the ladies involved in this project. This interview has been very empowering. Looking forward to reading the book. Peace and blessings to you all. Well, we are going to end on that note for sure. Absolutely. And as always, thank you all for tuning in to Book Talk, Coffee Conversation and Book Talk to Sandy. And we are going to say goodnight. Ladies, stay with me in the green room, and we will be saying goodnight.
Good night,
to
everybody.
everyone.
Good night. Thank y'all for tuning in.